Take a look at this rare, super slow motion video of Flight 175 that hit the South World Trade Center tower on 9/11/2001. Take a really close look because there are two impossibilities I'm going to show you here. This video was allegedly shot by Michael Herzakani, a diamond merchant based in Los Angeles, California. The first impossibility is a real airplane couldn't have sliced through a building with a steel facade with reinforced concrete flooring and 47 steel support beams. A jet's wing can't slice through a steel building like a hot knife through butter. But that's the story the news media wants us to believe, and most people are still believing this hoax. But the second impossibility is in plain sight. In fact, I can't believe it took me over 12 years to see. Let me show you a still of this video. I've highlighted a building that's clearly behind the South World Trade Center tower. Yet when we pay close attention to the video, Flight 175's wing should appear in front of the building, not behind it. This is a layering CGI glitch, and this proves that this video, which was seen all over the world, over and over and over again, year after year. Take a look at this rare, super slow motion video of
Is that the original video? I need to know if that's the original video. Bro. No way that's been there this whole time. No. There's no way. Right? I mean, like most people, I personally don't believe that the World Trade Center was an actual terrorist attack. But it was a terrorist attack, if you get what I'm saying. But ain't no way there was proof in plain sight like that for what, 23 years? 22 years, because we ain't in September yet. Man, hell no, bro. Hell no. I don't know, man. It's hard. You know, this whole thing is hard, right? Because, like, the only people that can vouch for it are the people that were on the ground with their eyes open that day. Those are the only people that can vouch for it. It's like, I don't know. And to be honest with you, like, America has really not ever been the same since this event. Like, this event changed America so drastically. And we've just been on a collision course with rock bottom ever since this, because we've allowed too much crap to go on in our government because of this type of stuff, bro. They just test you to see how much they can get away with. Like, oh, let's do this thing real quick and smoke some folks, because to them it's casualties of war. You know what I mean? Like, their war is the war on you, the war on the consumer. They want you to obey and buy, work and slave. Forget having ambitions and wanting to do stuff with your life like in a real capitalist society. They want you to just conform, obey, consume. You know, a long time ago, my cousin showed me this movie. This was back like in the early 2000s or whatever. He shows me this movie called They Live. And he's like, Rowdy Piper's in it. And for y'all that don't know, you're too young to know who Rowdy Piper was. He was a wrestler. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. Let's check it out. And we was into this type of stuff. And man, if you've never seen They Live and you're into things like conspiracies, they want you to conform and obey and these things, I highly recommend you go watch They Live. Go watch it now, right after this video. Go watch it. Do that. Start your week off right.
So I'm going to tell the world exactly how we do this. Now, I'll probably lose my my admission to the world hackers community. However, I'm going to tell you. These devices are computers, whether it's an Android phone, an iOS phone, or whatever. Inside is a processor, which is a computer, the instruction set, which is the iOS and all the applications that you run, and the memory in which you store your data. You need a hardware engineer and a software engineer. The hardware engineer takes the phone apart and it copies the instruction set, which is the iOS and applications, and your memory. And then you run a piece of a program called a disassembler, which takes all the ones and zeros and gives you readable instructions. Then the coder sits down and he reads through. And what he's looking for is the first access to the keypad, because that's the first thing you're doing when you input your pad. It'll take half an hour. When you see that, then he reads the instructions for where in memory this secret code is stored. It is that trivial. A half an hour. The FBI knows this. Apple knows this. And this is not an indictment of Apple. Any computer, and this is a computer, any computer that falls into someone's hands, well, anybody can do it, which is why corporate data centers keep their computers locked up.
Rest in peace, John McAfee. Boy, I do not believe that he offed himself. Nah. If you don't know about John McAfee, bro, that's a... Man, is today conspiracy day? Are we going to make... What's today? What is today? What's today? Today is February 26th. Are we going to officially make February 26th official conspiracy day? I think we do that. I think every February... Yep. Conspiracy week. Ooh. That's tough. That's tough. Conspiracy week. Nah, they'll take it. They'll take it and they'll spin it and they'll put their seeds of bullshit in it. Because it's conspiracy week. It's how conspiracies do.
So you're saying men, masculine men, they act like that because it's their nature?
I mean, a man is supposed to lead, isn't it? I mean,
that's not leading. Bossing people around?
Yeah, that's what leadership is. Leadership is giving directions. Now, if your man says, hey, I'm hungry, go downstairs and fix me a sandwich. You look at your face. Now, let's reverse it. But
it's something about like, go make me. It's almost the same.
Okay, cool.
It's almost the same as like, I was cleaning my room and then your parent walks in and is like, clean your room. It's like, damn, I was doing that already.
All right, you working at dealers. Hey, clean out your register and go to register 6.
That's giving direction. But bossing.
You can't make this shit up.
No, but bossing.
You cannot make this shit up. You mean to tell me that the man that loves you, protects for you, provides for you, upgraded your lifestyle, watch them badass kids of yours, teach your son how to play football, ask you to go get him something to eat, and you're going to look at him crazy. But that boss that is going to keep you in that hamster wheel of a job because you're going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years and retire broke. But as soon as that nigga asks you to do something, you do it. I don't understand that, because a boss can tell a woman to get up out the bed and drive 30 minutes to the goddamn job and go clock them hours because somebody didn't show up. But as soon as Tyrone want a goddamn ham sandwich and some pussy, they want to act funny.
Got the game backwards, baby. We covered it in the last one. We covered it in the last video. Y'all got the game backwards, bro. Come on, ladies. Does that logic even logic up? It doesn't. It doesn't even logic up. We gotta have some boundaries here, okay? Like, sense. You gotta make it in life. If you don't make sense in life, well, then you're gonna have a broke life. Can I get a...
I just don't understand why people don't want to work anymore. Could be because people don't make enough. That could be it. It could be because people have to pay $200 to $300 a week in health insurance.
Facts.
Or that they get taxed to no end. I mean, I can keep
Facts.
listing things if you want me to list them. It's kind of fun. Maybe it's video games. Maybe people play video games too much. Nah, probably because minimum wage hasn't gone up in like 20 years, or that both spouses in a household have to work 70 plus hours to be able to live in this country. I mean, look, I have plenty of things in the chamber. Let me know if you want me to keep popping them out. I just wish someone had the answer why people don't want to work anymore. What happened to you as a kid? There had to be something that happened in your life, like just a big event that caused your brain to not be able to work anymore. Just, well, what was it? Well, my dad once yelled at me for not holding a flashlight. Nah, that didn't do it. Come on, there's something there. There's something that happened when you were a kid that just messed you up. I was ran over by a bus as a kid. There it is. Right? Ran over by a bus. Knew it. But it only ran over my leg. Look, I don't know. I don't know anything about biology, but maybe there's some kind of nerve in your leg that runs up to your brain that just made you a dumbass, bro.
Facts, dude. Facts. Hey, people don't want to work, bro, because you're asking for slavery. Like, it's literally slavery at this point. You don't want to pay, but you want all. We see, like, as a working class person myself, we see the CEOs, right? And they're just living these lavish lives. All the people at the top of the food chain that don't do anything that make the actual company function. There's no function to what they do. Mostly they do little things, but they built it from the ground up and all this. But let me tell y'all about my dad. My dad runs a company, okay? And in his company, he has employees and he pays them. Now, does he pay them well? I don't know. They don't get paid as much as he does. That's fair. But you know what my dad does? He works harder than they do. At the jobs that they're paid to do, he works harder than they do. He physically, he's got a physical job, okay? And he gets down there with them and goes harder than they do. Does he deserve to get paid more than they do? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've worked with my dad. And I love doing it. It's fun for me. I get to spend time with my dad. I didn't get to know my dad as a kid. And I met him once I hit my 20s. And I just think it's fun. I like spending time with my dad. But I also see how hard he goes, and it makes me proud of myself because I get that from him. I go just as hard as he does. I don't want anybody doing something I'm doing harder than me. Like, you're not going to beat me in this thing that we're doing together, okay? And it's just a mentality thing. But you got corporations that this dude that is at the top, you never even see this guy. You never see him, bro. And he's flying in jets, wearing these clothes, living in this house, parking in this car, living in this neighborhood. Like, but you, the simple worker that is putting in the hours of physical labor, are getting paid crumbs, dude. And people see it and they don't want to put up with it. They know that they're worth more. Life is not about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to come down to where people are just going to be numb to it, or they're going to be very sensitive to it. There's not really going to be like an in-between I think, for this situation, in the sense of, like, you got people that just been doing it for so long. They're just like, this is my life. I've accepted it. I'm going to die broke. My kids ain't really going to have a whole lot. They're going to say, my dad worked hard his whole life, and that's pretty much, he was a good man. And then you're going to have those that are sensitive to it that are like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to go do something else. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to get the majority of the money. So if you haven't liked and subscribed on this video yet, go ahead and do that for your boy real quick. New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me. I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token.